What is going on, guys? Victor here with a brand new video, and tomorrow is officially the day. Tomorrow is officially UFC 257 time from Abu Dhabi, Yas Island, UAE. It is about to go down. Obviously, UFC 257 is the first pay-per-view of the year, and also one of the most anticipated pay-per-views of the year because of one reason. Yes, Conor McGregor is back. He's officially back. He only fought once in 2020, and that fight lasted only for about 40 seconds against a depleted Donald Cerrone who looks good sometimes, looks bad other times, but Donald Cerrone came to play. It wasn't Cowboys, obviously. Conor McGregor got the quick finish. He got the quick W. And now, fast forward here to 2021, January, about almost a year later after, we're here, baby. We are here. UFC 257 going down tomorrow, 10 p.m. main card here on the East Coast, 7 p.m. main card on the West Coast, all the way from Abu Dhabi, and those guys are about 9 hours ahead of us. So at this point, they're probably all sleeping, getting ready for tomorrow as we speak. But yes, I'm going to be talking about the main event, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, number 2. This is the rematch for 6 years in the making. The last fight went down in 2014. We are in 2021 right now. Absolutely crazy. So obviously, there are a lot of different aspects. Both of these fighters have changed tremendously since then. Both these fighters have experienced multiple losses. Both of them have won championships. Obviously, Conor's won 2. Poirier's won 1. But both of them have been in wars ever since. Both of them have grown tremendously ever since. And most importantly, they've gained more experience and they've gotten much better. Yes, they've gotten a whole lot better. Since then, Conor McGregor went on to defeat Jose Aldo to win the featherweight championship of the world, which would be his last fight in featherweight. He hasn't been back ever since. Decided to go up a weight class, defeat Eddie Alvarez for the UFC lightweight championship of the world, and he defeated him in the second round pretty easily. He barely broke a sweat, barely took any damage in that fight. Went on to then go in the boxing, fight Floyd Mayweather, make millions and millions and millions of dollars, to soon come back. Actually, no, even before the Floyd fight, he had his fight against Nate Diaz, part 1 and part 2. They both split both of those fights, so obviously they want part 3. They want that trilogy fight that's going to happen in the future. McGregor has stated multiple times that he wants to get that trilogy done with before he retires, so we're definitely going to have to look forward to that in the future, hopefully in 2021, since Nate Diaz is looking to come back to the UFC at the lightweight division, where he's previously been at multiple times in the past. So obviously McGregor had those 2 fights, then that huge mega fight with Floyd in the boxing world, where he obviously lost the fight, but he ended up winning millions and millions and millions of dollars after. And because of that, now he has his own whiskey brand. Now he's making millions and more dollars off of his proper number 12 Irish whiskey. Now you've got Dustin Poirier on the other side, who's been through a lot as well. He's fought absolutely killers since his last fight with Conor McGregor. He fought with Gaethje, he fought with Holloway yet again for their rematch. He's able to beat Holloway for the interim lightweight championship of the world, but he's also beaten other guys as well. He beat Jim Miller, an absolute legend in the game. He beat Eddie Alvarez. He beat all these former champions, all these legends, all these guys to propel him where he's at right now. And now he has his own business going on. He has his own Louisiana-style hot sauce that has just got into the market at the very end of 2020. So both of these individuals have had so much success since their last fight 6 years ago in 2014. Obviously, you guys are probably thinking I'm stupid because obviously 2014, fast forward to 2021, that's 7 years, but it hasn't been the complete 7 years just yet. We've got to wait a couple of other months before it's been 7 years. So obviously it's been 6 years and a couple of months. But I just want to talk about who do I expect to win. I have no idea yet, but I'm going to put that out there during the end of this video. But other than that, the keys to victory for both of these men. Obviously, McGregor has only fought twice in the UFC lightweight division. Once against Khabib, where he got demolished, and another time when he fought Eddie Alvarez, where he did the demolishing during that fight to win his second title, become the first ever champ in the history of the UFC. And then you've got other fights that McGregor has taken that has helped him so much. He's had a couple of those fights over at welterweight, where his first stint against Nate Diaz didn't go so well because he got tired in the second round and he burned out and ended up getting submitted. And then with his second fight with Nate Diaz in the welterweight division, he was more acclimated to the weight. He basically learned how to walk around with that 170 pounds of weight on him. So he obviously knew how to fight in it. He knew how to walk and run in it. And he just felt a whole lot more comfortable. Barely had to cut any weight. The weight cuts were never a problem with him. And he was just more comfortable, which is how he knocked down Nate Diaz 3 times during that fight, bloodied him up the whole entire time, and just ran away with it. And then you've got Dustin Poirier as well, who's obviously went up a weight class, used to fight at featherweight. This fight that they had 6 years ago was at featherweight, it wasn't at lightweight. So both these guys meeting for the first time in the lightweight division since the last time was in featherweight, and both these guys are pretty much big for the division. If you think about it, they're big lightweights and they're heavy hitting lightweights at the same time. Both of them have had knockout finishes since their last fight. Obviously, Dustin Poirier TKO'd Justin Gaethje. He TKO'd Eddie Alvarez. Conor McGregor basically same thing. He TKO'd Eddie Alvarez. TKO'd Donald Cerrone. TKO'd Jose Aldo. All these different fighters, all these different legends, all these different fighters that so many people look up to, that so many people admire, that so many people are attracted to just because of the popularity. And if Conor McGregor really wants to win this fight, he's definitely going to have to start as fast as possible, just like he did with Donald Cerrone during their last fight last January. Obviously, he started really fast. They got in the clinch. He busted Donald Cerrone up with those shoulder strikes, and I've never seen shoulder strikes that violent in my whole entire life, especially watching the sport of mixed martial arts. And then he was able to rock Cerrone with one really nice roundhouse kick to the face, and that's good night Eileen for Donald Cerrone. Ended the fight right there and then. And then you've got Dustin Poirier, for some reason, who doesn't really like to check leg kicks. So obviously, if I'm Conor McGregor, I'm going to want to go in there, have a fast start, and start chopping at those legs, because Dustin Poirier does not check any leg kicks. He ate so many leg kicks against Justin Gaethje that his legs were hurting so bad that he could barely walk out of the octagon after the fight. He needed assistance. He needed help. He needed to get out of the arena with crutches on. So Conor McGregor's going to need to start fast. He's going to need to start utilizing the leg kicks ASAP. Try to immobilize Dustin Poirier and try to get him on one foot, one leg only. That way he has more of an advantage. Try to get in there with the clinch and maybe try to work in those shoulder strikes as well. Get him against the octagon. Definitely work in some dirty boxing and definitely put on the pressure from start to beginning. Dustin Poirier, he buckled and he definitely fell to the pressure of Khabib Nurmagomedov when they unified those two titles a couple years back in Abu Dhabi. So if I'm Conor McGregor, pressure him, make Dustin make those mistakes, and try to get him out of there pretty fast. Dustin obviously has a very good gas tank, but let's be real here. He does take a lot of shots. Dustin does like to take a lot of damage, and McGregor doesn't like to take that much damage. He likes to get his opponents out of there nice and fast. So obviously touch Dustin up, try to get some nice combinations in there, jab, 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 and try to work in a nice power punch. Obviously he loves the left hook. The left hook is the name of the game for Conor McGregor. If he can get that left hook in there, he can end the fight fast. It won't even need to be the full 5 rounds. He says he's going to go in there and KO Dustin Poirier in less than 60 seconds, which is basically in less than a minute, for crying out loud. I don't think it's going to happen, but if he pressures him in high volume, Conor is known for walking people down and putting up high volume shots. He did it against Nate Diaz the second time they fought, and if he can be able to replicate that performance, be the man, walk him down, high volume strikes, just keep on jabbing, jab, 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 power shot, jab, jab, power shot, work the leg kicks in there, try to get a couple roundhouse kicks to the face just like he did with Donald Cerrone. Mix those two Conors in, the Conor that fought Nate Diaz the first time, the Conor that fought Donald Cerrone last January, then you're going to get a brand new Conor McGregor, a new reinvigorated Conor McGregor. I know he was reinvigorated when he fought Donald Cerrone. He was a brand new man, but if he goes in there and puts all those things, the good juice, then he can get Dustin out of there. And you guys are asking me right now, I know you guys are probably thinking about, what if it goes to the ground? If it goes to the ground, Conor's screwed right now. Conor is a black now Conor is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under John Kavanagh. If you guys don't remember, he used a good amount of grappling and a good amount of jiu-jitsu as well against Max Holloway when they first fought. Yes, Conor McGregor did fight Max Holloway, but it wasn't the Max Holloway that showed out last week. It was a different Max Holloway that had a couple fights in the UFC. It was very, very young, about in his young 20s, but Conor McGregor used a lot of grappling. Conor McGregor is very underrated when it comes to his grappling, and Khabib had a hard time taking Conor down in that first round when they fought each other just because Conor has very well-rounded takedown defense. His takedown defense is one of the best in the UFC. Other than Khabib, not that many other guys have been able to take him down except Chad Mendes, who is a very exceptional wrestler in his own right. But other guys have failed, other guys have tried and failed at the same time and have not been able to get Conor McGregor down to the ground because his takedown defense is great and also his BJJ defense is as equally great as well. So obviously he's got a good amount of advantages right there. Like I said, pressure, volume, try mixing the combos, work to the body and work to the head a little bit. Calf strikes, go in for those calf kicks no matter what because Dustin is not going to check them, and then just keep on going. So obviously Conor's going to want to mix all those up in his fight against Dustin Poirier for the second time. Now, Dustin Poirier, what kind of a... What? Yo comí espérese. Sorry about that, guys. My mom was asking me if I ate or not, but look, if Dustin Poirier really wants to win this fight, then he's got to go in there and work some of the best boxing and best striking he's ever worked in his whole entire time. He's in his whole entire career. He's going to want to go in there and start off fast paced because Conor McGregor's going to try to go in there and take his head off. He's got to use his head movement. He's got to use his body movement. His footwork is going to have to be some of the best in his whole entire career. He's going to have to take Conor into those later rounds because Conor likes to slow down. Even though Conor, his cardio was pretty good in the Khabib fight, but Conor does tend to slow down in those later rounds. And if Dustin can be able to get him into those later rounds and really be able to pressure him a lot, then and work those combinations, then he's going to be good. He's going to be able to win this fight. He's going to have to check those calf kicks because McGregor is most likely going to come in there with those calf kicks. And McGregor's going to try to work that left hook in. He's going to try to set Dustin up multiple times to get that left hook in there to knock him out. So he's going to have to analyze every single minute, every single second that he's in there with Conor McGregor. And he's going to have to work the kicks as well. He's going to have to really mix it up well. He's going to have to get some calf kicks in there, maybe some body kicks, a side kick to be able to keep the distance. And the distance is also going to be key. Keep your distance with Conor McGregor so when he does come in with that left hook, he won't be able to hit you. He won't be able to connect with as much power as he would like to. So obviously, Dustin, like I said, the movement is going to be key. The kicks are going to be key. The distance is going to be key. The combinations. His boxing is some of the best in the whole entire lightweight division. He's going to have to work in those combinations no matter what. He worked in beautiful combinations against Justin Gaethje. He's going to have to do the same thing against Conor McGregor. He's going to have to get in there with the guard. He's going to have to take some and give some back. And if we all know Dustin Gaethje, he's another sponge. When I like to call fighters sponges, I'm basically reiterating that they are fighters that like to take a lot of damage but also give it back. And if he takes a good amount of damage against Conor McGregor, which he most likely will, then he will be able to give it back to him. I believe that this fight is going to be on the feet for the majority of the time, but if I were Dustin Poirier, try to take him down, try to get him down to the ground, and try to submit Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's only losses in the UFC have been via submission. If you can be able to get him to the ground, that is the key of victory for Dustin Poirier, but it won't be easy. But you're going to have to dig deep inside, look inside your soul, look inside your spirit, and be able to try to get that takedown against Conor McGregor and keep him down. Conor McGregor's also very hard to keep down. It's not easy to keep Conor McGregor down. And if he does get him down, keep him there no matter what, and try to hit him with some ground and pound, just like how Nate Diaz did in their first fight, and soften him up and get ready to get that submission in. Obviously, Conor's worst nightmare is the rear naked choke. He's been submitted via rear naked choke for about all of his losses. All of his losses have basically been by submission via rear naked choke. Khabib hit him with a rear naked choke. Nate Diaz hit him with a rear naked choke. And then you also had Joe Duffy. He hit him with a rear naked choke as well, and he tapped all of them, man. So obviously the rear naked choke is going to be key if Dustin Poirier is looking for a submission win. But that's pretty much all. That's pretty much all the keys to victories I have for Dustin the Diamond Poirier. He's going to have to be fast. He's going to have to evade a lot of punches, a lot of combinations. Those head kicks that Conor McGregor has are very, very lethal. He's going to have to try to get it to the ground. He's going to have a lot of high volume, and he's definitely going to have to check the leg kicks if the leg kicks are going to be present during the fight. Other than that, Dustin has a very good chance of winning. Conor McGregor has been looking very, very different. He's more calm, he's more cool, he's more collected. He's not the Conor McGregor of old that we're all used to, talking trash to his opponents, getting underneath their skins, trying to disrupt their soul, getting inside of their eyes, their mind, and really pissing them off to the point where their performance is so sloppy that he gets in there and KOs them pretty fast, either in the first or second round. This is a different Conor, more calm, cool, collected. He's a father of two. His wife is pregnant with their third child. So obviously Conor is becoming more mature as the years go on. But will he win this? I'm going to give my prediction, and I say that Dustin Poirier is going to upset Conor McGregor, but I believe it is going to be by decision. It's going to be by split decision. I believe this is going to be a close fight. It's going to go into the later rounds, and whoever wants it the most is going to be the one that wins the fight in the later rounds via decision. I've got it for Dustin Poirier, but I wouldn't be surprised if Conor McGregor did get a finish in this fight. Anything is possible. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I'm sorry about my mother's interruption, but I had to keep it going no matter what. I couldn't start over, but I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I'm going to get more content out there, especially with the other fights on this undercard. There were a lot of problems going into this basically this fight card tomorrow night with this whole entire event. One fighter cannot go because he had a lot of trouble with the weight cut, and then later on he ended up trying to sneak someone in to Yas Island, Fight Island, for the UFC, and he got caught, and now that fighter is out for the UFC. So not only did his fight get canceled, but he's officially out. His name is Atman Izanin or something like that. He's officially gone from the UFC. He's been cut. And then you've also got what's his face? Nazareth Haparast. He's out as well. Because of an illness. He was supposed to fight an opponent in the prelims. They were both supposed to headline the prelims, but he's out because he had an illness during this week. So obviously a lot of drama going into tomorrow, but the UFC has fixed it, and they have created a new bout. It's Matt Frivola versus the opponent that Nazareth Haparast was supposed to face in the prelims. So obviously I'm happy with how things are going, and I can't wait for tomorrow. So guys, like I said, main card East Coast starts at 10 p.m. Main card West Coast starts at 7 p.m. I hope you guys enjoy the fight, and I'll see you guys later.